Wow. Guys, this is the top of the daily. It's about to get hit. Wow, Tesla's up to 270. That's crazy. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. So I'm going to miss this trade, but I'm telling you right now, the top of this daily is going to get hit. Damn, that's unfortunate. No trade hit, but oh my goodness. So I took my profits at the daily high, at the data high, I mean. I called out in the Discord. Wow, that is, what a move we're getting to get. And also, guys, be very careful once we hit this daily high. I mean, we could easily reject today, but I don't know for sure. I'll be honest. I can't believe Tesla's at 270 already. I told you guys on X, this is going to be close to 300, 315 by the end of the year and probably before that. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me post this on X. Hold on, guys. All right. Hopefully, maybe I'll get a setup, but I want to show you guys later. I have another eval account. I'm going to show you the funded account that I got yesterday. If you guys remember, I've been running an eval account up. Here, let me just go on X quick. Sorry, there's so much going on. Just posted I'm live. Hold on, guys. And again, if you're looking for a setup on the 1 minute, draw out the daily fair value gap and see if we get an inverse. While I am not watching the screen, if you get an inverse on the 1 minute, I do think it will work up to the data, up to the buy side fair value gap high. Okay, and let me log into a new eval because I'm not trading this funded today. It's Friday, we had a huge day yesterday. So I'll show you guys some eval trades, but I'm not going to this is an old eval, I think, but I will log in and try and take some trades on this eval. And then later on in the stream, when I have more people, I'll show you guys the eval that we passed yesterday. Okay, so, I'm logged into an eval here, guys. So I'm looking for a setup on the 1, and the target will be the top of the daily fair value gap. Now, the RR here is not great, okay? And it is higher risk, but I do think with a high degree of certainty that this high is going to hit. Right now, if we trade something from here, what? We're looking at $1,000 on one contract just from here. That's crazy. So this account has a $1,000 loss limit. This eval, I think I can lose $1,000 in a day before it cuts me off. That means that I would be down. I would have to lose 50% of the leg. I think this is worth taking along here, guys. I'm just holding it and hoping. Let me see where the 50% is. Hold on one second. By the way, is anyone in the chat in a trade right now, long or short? This is so interesting. So I guess I can consider the 50% of this leg from here, right? And obviously we are in heavy premium. Not a good place to be longing, but again, I am I have very high conviction this is going to hit. Now, where we're going to retrace to here, I mean, potentially, if we get along within this fair value gap, we can try it. There is not really any order blocks till down here, so there's not really any opportunities to go long. I'm going to guess that this is just going to go. I don't think we're going to really see many retracements today, but again, I'm not just trying to, even though I'm still trading on evals here, I still want to get a decent entry on a pullback. I don't want to try and long little green legs like this. Maybe if we get a decent down candle, I'll take it. Otherwise, I think we might just have to watch this, guys, unfortunately. And then if we just get like super close to it, like right here, I'll just try a little quick swing. But apart from that, I don't know. Maybe there's going to be something that fools around here. I'm not sure. Maybe if we get closer to these two down close candles, I'll try something. Can't believe Tesla's at 267 now. But yeah, guys, we're just on another. I'm not trading on any funded accounts today. No cash accounts. All that was yesterday. We had a huge week. Tesla's up massively. A lot of people would have a huge ego after something like that. But we're not going to have a huge ego. We're going to keep trading, but on eval to try and run something up. But that is it. No other trades are worth it to me. If on the 30-second chart we might have a 1 minute long here, I don't know. But ideally I'd like to see this little swing low get tapped first, and then we can try it long up to the daily fair value gap high. But I think we have come up so many times here and gotten so close to it. Again, we also just tapped this buy side right here, right? So we've already taken out this internal high. We've come up so many times close to the top of this daily that I think now is the time that we get there. And I also even drew it out here. But yeah, I don't think we're even going to stop here, guys. I really don't. Is anybody in this trade? Yo, but no, sorry, my chat wasn't up. Good morning, bro. So right now from here, again, I don't really want to long this right now. I'd rather long it from here or like from this swing low, though I don't know if we even get it, but even from here, it's a $900 win. That's pretty darn good. But I just want to see maybe this low get taken first and then we get a trade up. Hopefully we get it. I don't think we will, but I could run this account at 1300 right now, which I'm not opposed to, but again, there's not really a setup. We're up huge in premium, but I just have very high conviction that the top of this daily is going to get hit. Hopefully we get a setup here. Again, I'm not just trying to long anywhere. Maybe we get a trade within this 1 minute FVG. But to me, this looks like we're going to continue higher. And this is extremely risky, guys, by the way, because we are super high in premium. Again, there's just conviction for me of rebalancing the entirety of the daily. I do think we're going to continue higher here just based on past experience with these types of moves. Hopefully we get a nice 1 minute that forms and we can take it. My guess is that we're going to bounce from this candle right here, this red candle. So if this 1 minute fair value gap forms, we can try this, guys. Right? Because everybody that's short right now, the markets, everyone that thinks the markets are going to dump has their stops above this internal high, right? So if we get another down close 1 minute candle, this will be the retracement higher. So hopefully this holds. I have a feeling it's just going to bounce from here, but again, I could be wrong. This is just my expectation. Is anybody in a long here? Did you guys take any longs earlier today? And by the way, I'm going to show you guys the eval account, like I said. I just need a few more people to log in, and then let's take this trade. And then a little bit later, I will show you guys that eval that I brought up to 53,000. I think I got it to 53,039. So right now we have a little 1 minute here. You guys could definitely take this, but I have a feeling it's just going to maybe close it up. I don't know. But this looks pretty darn good. There's just no setup. Okay, so guys, if this 1 minute inverses, I will try it long. It's super high risk, and the stops are going to be huge today. We did trade into the 5. Let me see if there's a 15. No, not really. No. The 50% of the leg is here. Maybe we get something down there. I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, if we inverse this one, we'll get 1,000, hopefully 1,025 out of this. Okay, guys, I'm gonna try this here. This is super, super risky. Again, I fully expect to lose over $1,000 on this trade, and it's again on an eval, so. I'm just trying to front run the 1 minute, and I'm gonna move my stop to break even extremely quick. So right here. All right, my stop is now at break even, and I got stopped out on it. All right, so the next trade will actually be a close above. I was just trying to anticipate the rebalance of it. So we got stopped for break even on that trade. Oh, my little dog is barking, if you can hear that. I have a mini schnauzer. Anyone have a mini schnauzer? All right, this looks, I don't know. I really do like longs here. I still have very high conviction. And I do think this will work if we get the inverse, which we should right now. And I wasn't even expecting to be live today, guys. Didn't even set an alarm. I just thought if I woke up, I'll do it because we had such a huge day yesterday. But this is another time where I have very strong conviction. But even with high conviction, you should still wait for a setup because you can get smoked. And again, there's not really much to talk about here. All there is that we are close to the high of the daily. And if you look at the daily chart, okay, I'll show you guys what it looks like. This is the top of that fair value gap. Now, we do have a bearish order block slash, I don't know if this is a breaker. It is a breaker. But this to me looks still extremely bullish. And again, I want this to get balanced. And we've come up once, rejected, twice, rejected, and now we're up a third time. So it looks very likely this is going to go at some point today. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking, but it's part of the, comes with the package. It's a package deal. Okay, so we're rejecting from this 1 minute, which tells me maybe we'll go down to the 50. It's possible. We could also just be coming down to rebalance this 3. But yeah, I'm not going to not going to try and catch a long here unless we get a huge push back over this 1 minute, in which case I will long. Let me check the calendar today and see if there's any potential little tiny things that will move the markets. I think there's some orange holder news today. We had some at 10 a.m. and nothing else. So nothing that's really going to swing the market one way or the other. I don't even think there's Fed speakers today. So this should be a good clean move back up to the highs, if I had to guess. Yeah, so immediately we're getting some bullishness here, so that's not a bad sign. But again, I want to see a 1 minute close up, so this will be what the trade looks like, right? 1 minute inverse. Stop will be likely near the low because I don't want to get wicked out. And the take profit will be up here. So the entry would give us about $1,000 profit if we got it here. Shush. Yo, Binoj, are you in a long? This looks good, guys, by the way. I really like this. Can you hear me? Anyone hear me? Binoj? Anyone else that's in here? Okay, guys, you could honestly try front running this. I don't think it's a terrible trade, but ideally you want to wait for the close above. Which is happening. The candle closes in less or more than 30 seconds, so we got a little time to wait. Okay, we're rejecting again. Interesting. Anybody looking for a long right now, or is this too risky for you guys? Again, I am only trading on eval today. I traded on cash and funded accounts yesterday. And I will show you guys after this trade the eval that I passed yesterday. This is a fully degenerate eval right now. This is not like anything I'm trying to pass with guaranteed certainty, because this is not a guaranteed play. It's not a high probability play, but it should hit. So I'm going to long right here, guys. And I'm just going to front run it, and the take profit will be at this high. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out, but I do think at minimum we're going to go here and probably up here, and then continue up to the top of the daily. But again, I'm fully expecting to lose this trade. I'm not going to move my stops to break even at this high. I'm fully expecting to have over, I think it's a $700 loss here for a $1,000 win. And again, the basis behind the trade was the fair value gap, but I'm anticipating that this is going up. Nobody's in a trade here. Is anybody in longs? Anybody looking to short the market? What are you guys looking at? Once this high is hit, I'm moving my stop to break even. In fact, I'll just do it now. I think we're just going to get a big push here with a very high degree of certainty. So this is up 450. Up 600. Again, guys, this is what conviction looks like, and it's a free trade here now. So whether I'm wrong or whether I'm right, I'm going to move the take profit down a few ticks just in case we have some kind of a manipulation leg. But I do think this is going up to the highs here, to the high of the daily. And again, it's possible that we reject a few ticks before and then come down and then get the trade later. But again, it's a free trade for me now. My stops are at break even, nothing to worry about. And we should get close to $1,000 of a win here. Live account, live markets. Can you guys hear me? Vinoj, anyone? All right, at least Bob can hear me. Anyone else in this trade right now? This is a really good trade in my opinion, especially now because your stops are at break even. Okay, so it's testing me here. Sadly, we're probably going to get stopped out, but let's see. Might have to wait for this trade to happen again later on in the day. If this is just going to stop us out, I'm not sure. But hopefully these order blocks will hold us up. Still up 330 on the position. But again, I want 1,000 on this. So hopefully this forms another 1 minute order block here and pushes us higher. All right, I don't know if they're going to make it that easy because we've already had a huge distribution leg. But again, it's a free trade for us, so that's the end of it. Yeah, I mean, again, Binoche, I just have such conviction these are going to hit. And on a day like today, it's doubtful that we just go down. I think we're just going to continue higher and even past the daily if I had to guess, but this will be the final take profit. For me, at least. And again, this is an eval, so even though I have high conviction, it's still an eval account. I just think, and also on QQQ, we're bouncing from a weekly level, the newest weekly high, which tells me it's like resistance turns support, and we'll probably just take it to continue. But I don't know, they might have some manipulation here because we just had a distribution leg. Okay, we just got stopped. I still think it's going to do it. Maybe it's just stopping out some traders, but yeah, that's smart, Binoche. That's smart. You guys see the manipulation here after a huge distribution. It's not going to be easy. If we bounce out of this one and then inverse another one here, that's another decent one you can take. They might just be bringing it down Again, these are all order blocks here, but I do think that this is going to go. And again, I might try something that's not part of my model on this eval. Again, it's just an eval. So that is the reason. And again, for those of you who are just joining in, if you're just joining in, not a cash account today. We had a huge day, huge few days this week. Everything is pumping, huge distribution leg. There's no reason to be in this on a live account, in my opinion. No reason at all. If we close above the body of this, I'll try another long. So sad I got stopped out by like literally a tick there. And guys, notice how I'm not really explaining market structure. There's nothing here. We're just at highs. So you're basically just like praying that what you want to happen is going to happen. And again, this is super stupid, super risky. Again, it's just off of conviction, no model, no nothing, and it's an eval account. So do not expect this to win. Again, I just think based on what I'm seeing here in the markets that this will work. No model, no reasoning behind the trade, nothing whatsoever. And you will see, if you keep trying to do this on accounts, you will lose. In fact, I'll even move my stop below this low. Once we take out this high, my stop will go to break even again. So again, my initial entry was here. I got stopped out, and now I'm moving my entry even higher, which is extremely dumb at highs like this. This is purely a conviction-based play with no model, not really even an entry. I mean, this is technically the start of an order block, but not a high probability one. Just overall not a smart place to be trading. And because that swing high just got hit, I'll move my stop to break even again. We don't want to see it trade below this 1 minute OB now. We want to just see it continue here. So again, it's a free trade, but we might get stopped out again. I just, even on the eval, I'm just trying to manage risk here. And we got stopped out again. So again, guys, this is not something I would ever do on a real day. We're literally just trying to scalp a trade up to the daily highs. You know what, guys? I'll just let it run. Yeah, they're really making this tough. When market is one-sided like today and gives shallow pullbacks, I sit out as risk reward is not my favorite, even though the trend is up. They could do this at any moment. Yeah, 100%. I just know. I know with like I'd say 99% certainty that this is hitting. I don't know when it's going to hit. I don't know what manipulation they're going to do here. Again, there's no model, no setup. I'm just basically hoping and praying. With an eval account I care nothing about. This is not an eval that is up. I think this is like 49 something. So I don't care about this account at all. There's zero worry for me. It's not like it's an account I've been working hard to move up. It's not like the fund did yesterday that was up like almost $3,000. So if I win this trade, I win it. If I lose it, I lose it. At the moment, same way longs are trapped, they trap shorts. Yeah, they're really trying to trap people, but I'm telling you right now, like this is gonna go up. I just don't know when it's gonna be. And yeah. They're just trying to make it really difficult, in my opinion. But I think maybe this is the low, hopefully. But let's see. And they could easily just wick us down again. But I have no clue. Maybe they'll take us below this low again. But yeah, guys, again, I've said this so many times. There's no trade here. We've had a huge week. This is all just speculation and fun. I don't even really need to be live today because there's nothing. But this is a scalp trade. So we were already, from this trade, we were already up like $600. We didn't take profits. But yeah. Facts from Cameron. I'm on that trade. What trade are you on, Cameron? This is not a real trade. You know what? I'm going to put this in text. In big letters. Hold on. Why can't I see my text? This is not a real trade. Do not trade this on a live account. I should have done this in the beginning, guys. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it 40. Facts from Cameron. What trade did you take, bro? You guys should not be in this on a live account. Again, I do think this is... I'm telling you guys right now, this is not a real trade. Never something I would take on a live account. Never. But facts from Cameron. If you're in a trade, what trade did you take? Have you been watching me? I hope not. Facts from Cameron, no. So what is your setup? Are you just hope? Is like a hope and pray long? What is it for you? Cameron? What is this for you? Hope and pray long. Where's your stops? Where's your take profit? Yes, if it's most green, then buy or sell. I don't know what he's talking about at all. I have no idea what you're talking about, but Honestly, though, you shouldn't be even encouraging this type of trading as it messes with our psychology. That it is okay to trade like some evals on. Wait, what? Encouraging this type of trading as it messes with our psychology, that it's okay to trade like this on evals but not on cash. I mean, I'm just trying to scalp this, but I do agree that this is not good trading. I mean, whether it messes with your psychology or not, that's up to you. I'm trying to make this clear that this is not a real trade, but I'm just trying to scalp it up to the data high or the fair value gap highs. But yeah, I definitely agree it's not good for the psychology of traders. But yeah, I'm just basically trying to show that this is going to hit, but it's not a real trade. Facts from Cameron, I use liquidity and fair value gaps, specifically inverse fair value gaps are my setup. But it's not an A plus setup is what I meant. Nothing in taking it. Yeah, I'm literally just trying to show that this high is going to get hit, but I also want to see, I mean, just to show you guys as a trader that you're often going to get stopped out, I guess. Maybe that will be the learning lesson of today. But this is not a trade. This is just trying to run up this eval if I get lucky. But again, nothing I would take. I just passed a funded yesterday. I passed an eval yesterday, so this is all fair game. This is an old eval account. I could care less about it. So we'll see if I blow this eval or if I get it up to whatever. This is a completely fun day. Nothing I would actually take. What am I getting texts here now? So maybe we go to this low. I don't know. We're bouncing now from this 1 minute. So maybe this is where it saves us. I don't know. Again, guys, I'm trying to be as clear as possible. This is not a real trade. It's literally just to potentially run up this eval because of the conviction of these highs getting hit. That is it, and nothing else. Facts from Cameron, how can you learn from me? Well, on the days that we're actually trading with real accounts, and when it's not a Friday after we've had a huge, amazing week, you're welcome to join the streams. You can also join the community. I have a Discord. You can follow me on X. I post there daily. You can learn IFEGs from there. Yeah. So guys, I'm gonna guess that all this LRLR now is gonna get run. But again, on the 32nd, so we did take out liquidity here. There might be a fair value gap on the 30-second chart. I don't have the 30-second chart. I only use the 1 minute. But I'm assuming there is a potential A plus setup here with your stops at break even once these highs hit, whichever one you prefer. I prefer taking the first one, so even this one would be where your stops would move to break even. My entry is even higher than the fair value gap, so this is not a good entry on my end, but I'm going to guess that we run up here. Facts from Cameron, do you have an X account, like a Twitter account? I'm going to move this here so people can see. Again, this is purely to try and run up this eval account that I have, and it's based on experience of the daily always getting hit. And I fully expect this account to get blown. I will say it again. This was like the turtle soup entry in a fair value gap, so it's not a bad entry. But again, if we close below this, then we're probably going to continue lower, so they're really going to make it hard for this daily to get hit. That's what my thinking is. since we didn't run up right here. So hopefully we get another 1 minute order block here to move us higher. And we also have a macro time starting at 10:50, so maybe they stall price until the macro and then we get it. But I do think this is going to hit again. I just don't know when or how they're going to do it, and there's no setup to get there. So this is a complete degen. Complete degen trade. Why is my dog barking? I'm gonna move the stop. Well, this is a $1,000 loss limit, so I probably shouldn't move the stop. Okay, guys, let's close out the trade there because I think it's going lower now. Before my stop gets hit. And then we will look for something later. So, still gonna manage the risk there. So, okay, guys, if this 1 minute gets inversed, I think that is a good long. Again, it's a Friday. We made a lot of money. I'm not doing it on the live account, but I do think that this is probably a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. If this is a regular day, I don't think that's a bad trade either. If this 1 minute fair value gap gets inverse to the upside. Now, if this liquidity gets swept, it will make it even better, but it's totally respectable that we just trade out of bullish fair value gaps. So now there's actually structure for this trade. Before I was completely degenning, I was expecting it to get hit. We got stopped out. We were up 600 here. But now there is some kind of a setup for this trade. We took out liquidity and now we're inversing a 1. So I actually would, let's see, if we take this with 2 contracts, that'll be almost a $2,000 win, no? 1,600. So yeah, I really like this trade, guys. I think this is a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10 because we're sweeping liquidity. We're balancing, I mean, we're trading from a 1 minute. It would be AA plus, I think, if this liquidity gets swept, but it doesn't have to be swept. But I think this works. So wait for a 1 minute close above. Is there also a 2 minute? No. But the 1 minute looks really good. This looks insane, in my opinion, actually. So far we're rejecting from it. So if we get a close later today up here, then this long will be really good. But for now, we're not getting it. And now if this liquidity gets swept right here, this sell side, and then we get a huge move up, that would make it even more A+. So if you guys are looking for an A+ setup, liquidity sweep, IFEG, macro time, low resistance liquidity, bias target. That's all A+ in my opinion. Again, even if I think this is good, because of the week that I had, it's not worth it to take it on any real accounts. I hate taking trades on Fridays. If you lose, it puts you in a bad mood, especially if you had a really good week. So end the week well. Now, if you haven't taken a trade yet this whole week and you're looking for an A+ setup, I would say this is, I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 because we are in premium of the range, but I do still think that it's very good. So the setup would look like this. Entry would be a close above the 1 minute, which we could even get now. And then your take profit would be up here. So it's about a 2.5 to 1 trade. So definitely good RRR, definitely good RR. And yeah. Yo, anyone else in here that I know? Facts from Cameron, Banoj, Bobby, who else is in here? Would anyone take this on a live account? Again, I honestly don't think it's bad for a live account. I just am not taking it because of what I've done on the week. If you want to take it, that's up to you. But for me, it's not a trade that I'm taking live. Now, hopefully we get this liquidity sweep and then we get the long. But let's see. It's also a macro time, so it fits perfectly with when the move should happen. We're trading into this one. Is there a 3 minute here? So we're also trading into this 3 minute fair value gap. This could be a really good turtle soup, guys. I'm not going to lie. If you want to like let a more risky entry. So if we close above this 1 minute OB, guys, I'll try like a risky entry long here. You know what? I'm going to try long right now. Nah, I can't do it. But this is like the Romeos of the world. If you guys follow Romeo and X, he's like a fake guru and he does a bunch of scamming. But he would technically take a turtle soup. Though this could easily work, it's extremely high risk. Like extremely, extremely high risk. The real setup, guys, here is a trade into this 1 minute and a close above it. That would be when the setup really forms. Everything else here is degenerate gambling. Right? So the pathway, you'd want to see candles. You'd want to see a bullish reaction from here, a candle close above the 1 minute, possibly a retest, and then continuation higher. So I am going, oh shoot. I'm front running this. Again, completely a degenerate play. Stupid, degenerate, dumb. I'm just trying to run up this account as much as I can, and I have conviction in this high hitting. And that's the only reason right now. Only reason. And this is a turtle soup entry. You could have entered right here, but yeah. Super degen, but I mean, the entry from here is pretty good. You're looking at almost a 4 to 1 RR trade. But the real entry, again, is a close above the 1 minute here. Now, the fact that we're in a macro time, we swept all these lows, we're in a buy program, tells me this is pretty likely to work. But again, very high risk. We don't want to see this close below the body of this candle. We'd rather just see continuation higher here. We could probably go down to this 52, guys. So if I get smoked, we're probably going to go down to the 50%. Again, this is degen gambling, front running, trying to get a better entry, stupid stuff. Not something you should be taking on a live account. And yeah, I probably shouldn't be doing this on live, but again, just trying to run up an account. That's it. And I think if this gets stopped, I'll be on a $1,000 limit for the day on this. So just a forewarning. Actually, no, it'd be like, I think I stopped out for $440 loss, so this would be like 700 on the day, which would mean I'd have $300 left to risk. What would that be if I limit one from here with my stop loss here? Ooh, that'd be $1,000. Damn. Again, guys, this is all dumb. But I'm just expecting the macro to move us higher. I will have to get off the computer for like 20 seconds at one point. I do have a cleaning lady coming in, so I have to let her into the house. But I'll be back after that. Okay, so this looks decent so far. Hopefully we get a bullish push above here. If we get a 1 minute close above this fair value gap, I will move the stop to break even. Excuse me. We read it. We read it. Earthquake of magnitude 5 strikes the coast of Chiapas, Mexico. Is that Mexico? Whoops, sorry guys. Chiapas, Mexico, yeah, 5.81. That's pretty big. I really want to see the push within this macro. If it doesn't happen in this macro, I think we're probably going to go down to the 50, but I have a strong feeling that today is going to be bullish to this buy side. They're just giving us a little bit of a hard time. Lila. Sorry guys, give me a second. Lila. What are we barking at? Huh? Shush. Shush, Lulu. Come here. Hey. Come here. Hey, Lulu. Okay, let's go. Lily, who is here? Shh. So guys, this is my little mini schnauzer. Her name's Lulu. Say hi, Lulu. Say hi, Lulu. Oh, my little ting. Look at her. She's a sweetie. Okay. Lila. No barking. Shh. Trump-linked stocks rise. X News. Hey, Lila. Shh. We read it. Do do do. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. No 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 no. Can't believe Tesla was it almost hit 270 today. We got up to what highs? I think we hit 270, no? 269. So guys, if you're waiting for a setup, wait for this 1 minute to close above. And I honestly think this is a good setup on a live account, but it's not for me because of my week. Everybody's different. You might have had a great week this week. You might have had a bad week this week. You might have not taken a trade this week. You might have taken a trade. For me, because I've had an excellent week and also my long-term portfolios are up pretty big because of Tesla, I am not taking this live. Though I do expect, Lila, shush, shh. Though I do still expect the longs to work, it's not something that I'm taking on a live account. I'm just trying to front run a high probability move because I know that this daily has yet to be balanced and that it should be balanced. And that is all. Luli, you have to be quiet, okay, Lu? No barking. So hopefully this is the time that it starts to push. Again, we're in a macro time. We took out internal liquidity, and we have a high probability buy side target. If we get a 1 minute close above this fair value gap here, that will be when I move my stop to break even, because if that is the case, we shouldn't come back down to these lows. So again, this is like a front run trade, just like this was an attempted front run. But yeah, so we just took out this internal high, decent volume on these candles, but we need to see body closes that hold. So far, we're not getting that. We're just getting a wick here, but we want to see body closes above this 1 minute fair value gap. This is the bearish PD array right now that's holding price down in the markets. Once we close above it, kind of like yesterday, I posted on the Discord. Let me pull it up. Okay, if we go to my live alerts right here, this was the 1 minute bearish PD area that was holding price down, and once we closed above it, I think it was down here or up here. Again, this is, I don't know what this is a 5 minute chart maybe. No, it's right here. Is it? I don't know. One of these bearish PD arrays, once we closed above it, we took out the data high. So in this case, this bearish PD array is holding down price. So if it closes above, that's actually a great trade in my opinion. And the take profit would be at this at this buy side. So actually, once this internal high hits, guys, I'll move my stop to break even. But in theory, this should be the lows of the day. Or not the lows of the day, but the lows of the morning session. In theory, we need to see a close above this 1 minute for that to really be the case. Again, we're rejecting the one so far still, so nothing is bullish for a trade until this happens. Again, we are still bullish on the day. Obviously, we've had this huge buy side move, but we want to see bullish market structure continue if we want to be in longs for a real trade. We could also see us come down here and trade into this 1 minute, but this hopefully is a mitigation gap that we don't, a breakaway gap that we don't test again. Hopefully. When this internal high gets hit, guys, I will move my stop to break even. Just letting you know. So still no hit. We did just create, no, we did not create equal highs actually, never mind. Do we have any 2 minute or 3 minute gaps as well? We have a tiny 2, no 3, No 5. So the only setup here is on the 1. I like that there's only one fair value gap that we're looking at, so another rejection from the 1, not a great sign. Yeah, they're really making this tough today. Really making it tough for longs that try and chase like this. So hopefully we react from this bullish gap. Again, stops will be moved to break even when this internal high hits. It is taking a long time within this macro, which I don't like. I would have hoped to have seen immediate reactions early in the macro, which we kind of got chopped around. But again, just based on experience, I do still think that the daily fair value gap is going to get balanced. That is the basis behind the trade. Does anybody hold Tesla as a long-term position? Wow, the chat's dead today, huh? Hey, Lulu, shush. Wow, the McDonald's E. coli strain it came from 13 different states. That's crazy. So their meat supply is like distributing all over the US. It's not like they get it localized from each state. They're like shipping it from all over. Okay, guys, so again, we want to see a woman OB form here potentially. We want to see this internal high get swept. We want to see a woman at close above, and then that would be the entry for the trade. So we're up 315. Hopefully this forms a 1 minute, and then we can get a close above. Do 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 do. Okay. Once this high gets swept, guys, again, I will move my stop. And there it is. So now it is a free trade. We will just let it ride. If it's a winner, it's a winner. If it's a loser, it's a loser. I do think that it will be a winner, though. But we will have to see. We want a 1 minute close above, right? We ready. Do do do. Ba-na-na-na. Na-na-na. Do-do-do. 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 Do-do. Do-do-do. Let's say, we'll make this even clearer for people. This is a no trading day. Do not take this on a live account. Lame. I have a feeling we're gonna just like trend here, but we might get stopped. And stopped out. Oh, that's so lame. So lame. Lower high created on the 2 minute. Yeah, I don't care about those. I just care about this low resistance liquidity. Again, guys, I want to see a close above this 1 minute. If we get this liquidity sweep and then the inverse, you could try it here as well for a lower risk entry. I just really think that they're trying to stop out traders here. I don't think this is going to go down, but we'll just wait for this 1 minute to get inversed. But yeah, Manoj, if the 1 minute gets inversed, that'll even follow your logic of a lower high being broken above. So same idea. Maybe a touch of 600, possibly. Yeah, we might even get to discount of the range. That is true, like I labeled here. The fact that we just keep getting rejected typically is a sign that I am incorrect in the short term as to where the market is going. Maybe they're trying to get a little intraday sell model. There's many different reasons for why we're rejecting here. But the real trade, I agree with Binoj. If we get a higher high after this lower low gets rejected, it would also signify a close above a 1 minute bearish PD array. So that would be a good entry. So it looks like they just came to stop me out here. If this 1 minute inverses, that's another good entry in my opinion right here for a $1,190 win or whatever it is. Lila, shh. Shush, Lou. We ready. Banana. Luli, shush. By the way, I'm working on an AI-based SEO for local and national businesses. Do you think anyone in your circle would be interested in free trial to promote their business organically and build a brand? I don't know. I don't really know any other traders, to be honest. Not any personally that are looking for branding. Wow, this is so lame. They're really working hard to stop out longs. But if I know anyone, Benoj, I'll ask around. But I really don't know many other traders personally. It's a very lonely road, guys. There's not a lot of, I mean, obviously as you grow and you network, you meet more, but not a lot of NQ traders that I know personally. Especially not ones trying to grow a brand. Yeah, guys, so you see what happens when you try and chase. This account is now down like $700 on the day. And even if I was to take a long here and I was profitable because I chased and we got stopped out, um, the account's only going to be up like $300. So this is why you guys don't take a trade if there's no setup, because you get stopped out, and then when it comes time to trying to get the trade back in your favor, you're stressed out because you're down a lot of money. Obviously, I could care less. This is a stupid eval account. But if it was a live account, obviously you'd be upset. And even when your trade follows through and you're successful, you're not up nearly what you anticipated to be because of the fact that you were down from two losers. So far, that 2-minute fair value gap is paying. Talking about that little tiny one. Yeah, we traded into it once. We ready, banana. Yeah, so even now it's a $1,200 win. So I'd be up 500 if this trade went in my favor. But if I enter this right now, I'm gonna get stopped for a $1,000 loss if it goes against me. So guys, I have like $300 left on this account to be able to trade today. So this is probably gonna be the final trade. We basically have to hope and pray this is gonna win. Again, the only real account trade I would even consider is a 1-minute close above here. I am just trying to front run here. It's a Friday. Again, I've made a ton of money this week. I'm not trying to give away profits on a real account. So we're basically just anticipating here, which is not the way you trade. Not trying to teach psychology today. This is a completely lazy scalp day trying to take a trade based on a expectation, which is dumb, I know, but yeah. And yeah, a lot of people that are short right now have their short from this entry, this tiny little, I don't know, 1 minute and this 1 minute, but I think they are all going to get stopped out. I think this is a fake down move because this has not been filled yet, and I think I fully expect it to be filled. We're getting multiple bounces from a weekly QQQ level. It's also a sweep of sell side. That is what I see here. But this does look like a pretty obvious 2022 model in my eyes. So like a 2022 YouTube short. If you guys watch ICT's mentorship, the 2022 playlist series, we sweep an internal high, we inverse fair value gaps, and we form a bearish fair value gap that we trade into to reject. So this definitely could be a 2022 model, but I do still think that we have more upside room here. Again, super, super dumb. We're in premium. We had a huge move up earlier today, but I do still think that it's going to continue based on the fact that we came so close to the daily high and we didn't get to it. So again, guys, if I was in a live account, if I hadn't taken a trade today, because of how high in premium you are, I would maybe take this with some micros, not a mini like I'm in right now. But this 1 minute inverse does not look bad to take at minimum up to here. You could move your stop to break even or take a partial at this high. And then your final TP would be at the daily fair value gap high. Okay, so hopefully we get the 1 minute close here. That's what I'm expecting. But the next macro doesn't happen until 11:50, so just a heads up. Another rejection from the 1. I do think it's a fake rejection though. Again, I could be totally wrong. This could be the start of a 2022 buy sell model, but I just don't think so. If guys, and here's another thing, if we did take out this, if we did balance this daily fair value gap fully, if this model formed and this wick right here was at the high of the daily, I would love to full port shorts. Like I would go heavy size, not a real account because it's a Friday and I've already had a good week, but if it was a normal day and we balanced the daily fair value gap high, I would definitely take that short. I definitely think that would be a great setup. But because we formed this sell model before the daily got rebalanced, there's much less conviction for me that this is a real sell model. We could have a sell model down to the 50, possible, but I just don't think this is an area where we actually reject. Again, could be fully wrong, but that's just my bias. And I will not be putting real money on that bet for the reasons I've stated before. So if you're looking for a real trade, if you have to take something today, I would say that this is the best trade that I could see. Is this 1 minute inverse getting a 1 minute bearish PD array / fair value gap getting inversed. Look for a body close, and your stop loss on the trade would be a 1 minute close back below the fair value gap. Because we're in the premium of the range, also guys, one thing that could happen, they do it a lot. They'll bring a 1 minute close, 1 minute candle close above, and then they'll bring another 1 minute candle close below, but they'll hold price right there, and then they'll continue it higher. That happens a lot when we're in premium of a range and we've had a huge leg up, because they don't want people to profit to the upside if they're going to have it be a continuation. So keep an eye out for that. If we get a 1 minute close above here, then a 1 minute close below by maybe a tick or two, they hold price in this range, and then the continuation happens. That's definitely a possibility. So just be warned. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this just stalls all the way until the 11:50 macro. But we shall see. We shall see. Luli. Shh. No barking. No barking, Lou. Yeah, so maybe this is the final wick out. I don't know. I have a feeling that these lows are going to be protected at some point, but again, fully speculation. So I think, guys, these wicks are going to be protected lows at some point, maybe after this one minute gets closed above. But I think these are all just stop out candles, if I had to guess. And if you guys noticed yesterday, I know I called this out, but this was in the live alerts. We took an entry right here, right? I said that, and this was when I put something in a live alert, that is a live cash account alert, but I had my TP1 at this internal high, as you can see. It was close to hitting. Then here it did hit. TP1 hit, and I said TP2 I will likely hold for the rest of the day. That was at data highs, which were right here. And it took the whole day and into the night session for that to hit. And it finally did. But again, this is something, the reason I bring that up is that this could be something that we have to hold all day. I don't know. And again, this is not a live alert. This is not a live alert, I repeat. But if this 1 minute inverses and you want to take a trade on a live account, I think this is decent. Your risk is going to be pretty controlled and your reward is much higher. So it's a 3-to-1 trade if you enter on this. So that's not bad for a live account. If you haven't taken anything this week, not a terrible trade. Again, it is in premium, so it is higher risk. I would give it maybe a 7 out of 10 because of that fact. But I do still think it is a decent trade. Again, I'm trying to front run it, but again, that is because this is an eval. It's a degen eval. It's not even something I've run up. It's at a big loss, so not something that I am using sound risk management with. That's just me. On an eval that I do care about, like the one that I've been running up for you guys for the last like 3 weeks, you're taking very small scalps with a maximum win of like between $150 to $400. Risk at $100, $150 at max, and that was it. So that's the difference between this type of an eval account where it was just a bad eval that we weren't trying to run up versus one that we were trying to run up. You have to be you have to practice sound risk management if you want to actually pass an account. All right, so looks like we're gonna get stopped here. All right, so we got stopped on that, guys. I don't even think I can trade anymore on this account, so I will show you guys the past eval from yesterday. Let me even pull up the email. Where is it? Hold on. Where is the email? Hold on, guys. Let me find it. All right. So here is that account. Apex 18147004. And there it is. Past evaluation account. So that is now funded. And I will log in so you guys can see it too. If you don't believe me. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm logging out of that other trade of 8. And then let's go on to Apex Funded Trading. I always mix that up. I thought it was Apex Trader Funded. Wait, what did I say? Apex Trader Funding, but it's Apex Trader. Oh, it is Apex Trader Funding. Never mind. Oh, I said Apex Funded Trader. That's why I always get it mixed up. And then let me sign in. All right, so this is the one that we were running up for the last few weeks. That's that same amount, and you can see $53,039. So this account is done, but yeah. This looks like it's probably going to go to 50% of the leg now, and maybe we get the move from there. But again, I got stopped out chasing, and yeah, it is what it is. Wow, Bitcoin is going crazy. Tesla on a freaking tear. Chipotle. Don't tell me they're gonna do the move now. Oh my goodness. Dun 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 dun. Hold on, guys. $47,800. What a sad day for this eval account. So yeah, I think I have what? I had a $400 stop, a $300 stop, and then a $225. There's $85 left for this account. Should we try one more here? I'm gonna try one more here, guys, if it even lets me. And then if we get stopped out, we get stopped out. If not, then hey, Luli, shush. Oh, let me make sure that my cleaning lady's not here. Hold on, guys. Come on. She's not here yet. Oh my goodness, if this holds, guys, and we don't get stopped out on the final portion, that would be hilarious. I don't know if it's gonna work, but let's see. We did inverse this one. So if this is that final leg that's gonna bring price up, that would be insane if we save this eval. I doubt it. I think we're gonna get stopped here. But let's see. Lila. I think we have like $100 left. That's gonna save us today. Wow. Hopefully. Hold on, guys. Oh my goodness. Lila, shush, 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 shush. There's nobody here. There's no one here. Oh my goodness. All right, we got stopped, guys. So that eval is blown. If this is the low here, I'm gonna lose my shit. But it is what it is. I think this is the low, guys. This little candle right here. Oh, she is here. Hold on. Hello. Long time no see.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah,
You?
good. Good. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Lily, you're not barking. That's good. Hey, hey. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, Lou. Come on. All right. Come on, Lou. Yeah, guys, so there's really not much else to say here. Obviously, if this 1 minute inverses, that is the A plus trade. If we don't get it, we don't get it. But yeah. Hope you guys learned something from that degeneracy. That's something that you should not be doing. If you want to blow an account, this is the type of trading that you should be in. If you don't want to blow an account, then you don't take trades in this type of situation. We were in premium of the range, and we wanted this daily fair value gap high to get hit, which I do still think it will. We'll see if that happens today. But you can see that there's a lot of downside moves that happen to stop traders out that are long. And that is just the nature of trading in premium. Oh, it's only 8:30. Yeah, in theory, this is interesting. So this 1 minute fair value gap here that we broke above, if price action was truly a continuation of bullishness, we should not have just rejected here. We should have taken out this high, and then we should have inversed and then continued. So this tells me that we're probably going to go down to this low and then a discount of the range, and then maybe we get a continuation later on in the day. But yeah. So this trader beta count is now at 57. Oh, what? It's at 57.7 or 47.7. Don't we get up till 47.5? Let's see if I try and take a trade if it allows me to. Yeah, it rejects my order. Interesting. Oh, because the account was below 50,000 when we started it. That's why. I don't remember what it was at, but. Is this the turtle soup that works? Guys, if we get into discount of the range, you can start looking for longs, in my opinion. Also, it might match up with the macro time. Why do people start showing up at 8:30? It's 8:30 my time. Don't you guys like to take trades in the morning session, not like at the end of the morning session? It's 11:30 now, so it's basically lunchtime. Let's listen to Kamala Harris.
Is a border wall stupid?
Well, let's talk about Donald Trump and that border wall.
So
So remember, Donald Trump said Mexico would pay for it? Come on, they didn't. How much of that wall did he build? I think the last number I saw was about 2%. And then when it came for time for him to do a photo op, you know where he did it? In the part of the wall that President Obama built.
But you're agreeing
So
to a
come
bill
on.
that would earmark $650 million to continue building that wall.
I pledge that I am going to bring forward that bipartisan bill to further strengthen and secure our border. Yes, I am. And I'm going to work across the aisle to pass a comprehensive bill that deals with a broken immigration system. I think Jackson's question, part of it was to acknowledge that America has always had migration, but there needs to be a legal process for it. People have to earn it. And that's the point that I think is the most important point that can be made, which is we need a president who is grounded in common sense and practical outcomes. Like, let's just fix this thing. Let's just fix it. Why is there any ideological perspective on it? Let's just fix the problem.
To fix the problem, you're doing this compromise bill. It does call for $650 million that was earmarked under Trump to actually still go to build the wall.
I am not afraid of good ideas where they occurred.
So you don't think it's stupid anymore?
I think what he did and how he did it did not make much sense because he actually didn't do much of anything. I just talked about that wall, right? We just talked about it. He didn't actually do much of anything.
But you do want to build some wall.
I want to strengthen our border.
Oh my god. The girl doesn't answer any questions. So fake. So fake. Oh, I hate just watching the market deliver, but you have to be patient, guys. If you're trading with a real account today, you have to be patient. New York Stock Exchange today announced plans to extend trading to 22 hours a day. Whoa. Have you guys heard about that? Extending trading to 22 hours a day versus the what? 16 that it is now? What is it? That's crazy. So we just swept this internal low. Let's see, I want to look at the 3-minute. So the order block isn't until down here. I have a feeling that this is going to be where we move higher. I just have a feeling. But we can't trade on this account anymore because it's blown, so we will have to do paper trading. Oh, the best setup, man. I had a meeting with my banker this morning. And how did it go? What was it for? So guys, on this paper account, I will follow sound principles. Don't worry. If we get a 1-minute inverse above here, we will take the long. But that is the only trade that we're looking at. We ready? We ready? We ready? No, no, no. Hey guys, this really could be a sell model here, down to 50%. It's definitely possible, but I do have a feeling that we will continue higher. I just don't know when. We don't have to know when. All we have to know is that if it's in a macro time and we inverse a fair value gap that's holding down price, that would be where the longs would enter. So if you're in a real account, this would be where you enter the trade. The best setup man. Best setups man. What was your meeting about? Also, did you get an X account? I remember you saying you were maybe going to get one yesterday. Nvidia is now the most profitable company in the world. It surpassed Apple. Crazy. Oh, hold on. The 50% level is not here. It is here. So, another trade you could consider, if this 2-minute gap inverses after taking out the 50% level, that's a pretty good long. Stop to break even would be at this high, and then you could take a partial there if you want. And then your full take profit would be at the daily fair value gap high. Excuse me. Wow, that's crazy, guys. Nvidia is now the most valuable company in the world. Unreal. The best setups, man, you are extremely delayed. Just a heads up. You make sure that you're live because, and I don't know what that means. You asked why we were just getting here. I don't know, what does that mean? Make sure, setups, man, that if you click on the video, make sure that it's live because, I don't know, it seems like you're super delayed. I might be wrong, but I think you're very delayed right now. But I'm curious to know what your banker reading was about and if you were able to join X like we talked about yesterday, or like you said that you might yesterday. Wow, so we never got to the 50% level. We did take out this internal sell side. We are in a macro. If this 2-minute inverses, guys, I don't think this is a bad long at all. Stop to break even would be at this high. Got bust yesterday. Busy yesterday. Make sure you're live, Best South Men. You're super, super delayed. I asked that question like 8 minutes ago or something. Excuse me. So guys, if we get this 2-minute inverse, be prepared to take a long. I think it's a great setup. It's in a macro. We're in almost in discount of the range. We didn't quite hit it, but that's okay. Dev Raj. Hello, bro. I'm new here. What instruments do you trade? We only trade NQ and ES, but personally, I only trade NQ. I use ES for sometimes for SMTs, but just futures. What do you trade? Why we were getting here so late. I got you. Best setups, man. Best setups, man. Make sure you're live because I think you're delayed. Click on the video on YouTube and make sure that it's live. Make sure that it's live. So guys, again, we are technically not in discount, but we did take out internal sell side. We're trading into this 15-minute fair value gap. Let me look at the 3. Nothing really good on the 3. But on the 2, we do have this very obvious fair value gap. If we close above it, at minimum, I think we're going to this internal high. So I will take 2 contracts on this. Which prop firm, buddy? The banker lady was trying to move some of my investments around. Okay. No X-Count yet, just got busy. No worries, setups, man. You don't have to get one. I'm just saying that that's where I post most of my information, and then obviously the community. The link, if you guys ever want to join, is in the description. Prop firms dev, I use cash accounts. Funded accounts, I use my funded futures and Apex Trader funding. Those are the 2 prop firms I use. What about you? Okay, guys, this looks really good. This candle closes in... Oh, we just missed the close. That was unfortunate. But I think it might still work. Dev Raj, what model do you use? What type of trading do you trade ICT? Or do you trade any other thing? Hands fried. Yeah, guys, I think this long is going to be good, but I do want to see the close above here. We want to see a close above the 2-minute bearish PD array that's holding down price. We'll take a partial at this high, and we will hold the rest all the way up to the daily fair value gap high. Basic technical analysis. Interesting. So what about this model gives you conviction of a long? I don't know what's going on. What do you mean best setups, man? We took out internal sell side. We didn't quite trade into discount of the range, but that's not necessary. We're potentially inversing a bearish PD array. We need to see a close above it with a body. Once we do, stop to break even or a partial will be taken at this internal high, and our runner will be left up to the top of the daily fair value gap. Now, we do have to see a close above for this to be an entry, but I think it's a great RR. It's a 4-to-1 RR trade to the runner. And then to the internal buy side, it's exactly a 1-to-1, give or take. I would say the previous buyers are gone, currently fresh sellers, and new sellers will also add on. Yeah, I mean, to say that buyers and sellers are gone, again, again, you're coming from a retail background, so you're not going to believe this, but I personally think that the futures markets are run entirely on an algorithm. I don't believe there are buyers and sellers. I believe in auction theory, which is a little bit different. But I think that the markets are moved through computer code. And there are buyers and sellers that exist. Don't get me wrong. I'm a buyer right now or a seller. But I don't think the markets move because of buying and selling pressure. I think they move because of algorithms that are coded, and they move differently depending on how many people are long or short, and oftentimes it'll do the opposite. If there are more buyers in the market, they'll dump it. If there are more sellers in the market, they'll put it long. So if this forms a 2-minute OB here and we close above, we got 30 seconds left. That should be a good trade. If you want to lower your risk, you can have a stop below the order block. This is the order block candle, right? We close a body above it, it becomes an order block. But yeah, so we have another 20 seconds until this candle closes. Hopefully it stays down here so we can get an entry. But let's see. And it looks like we are going to get an entry, so that's good. I'm going to enter longs here. Why is this paper trading account so dumb? It's not allowing me to enter. Am I missing something, guys? I literally just click buy, market, and the trade does not show up. I don't know why that is. Ugh, it's so annoying. Oh, here we go. It finally worked. So I'm going to sell 2 right here, and I'm going to leave 2 up to this high. You know what? I'll sell 1. Sorry, guys. I will sell 1 contract up here, and I will sell 1 at the daily fair value gap high. Again, it's being weird, so I have to switch out of these accounts. Okay, there we go. I don't know what this glitch is all about, guys, but we will have our stop loss down here. Devraz just entered this futures market last year in November. Previously was trading crypto and stocks. Yeah, futures markets are the best by far of anything. They are A+. I mean, not A+. They are the most accurate and efficient markets. But you should definitely try and learn IFEGs. This is my model. If we close, so this is a bearish fair value gap right here in discount of the range. In theory, it's close to discount, not quite. And because we closed above a bearish PD array, we're likely to move up to the last internal high, which is right here. That's where I would sell some of my position. And the stops are good because our RR here is really good on this trade, in my opinion. But yeah, Dev, come, I mean, if you have time, I try and live stream most days, and I will teach you guys these IFEG concepts, but I think they're very good. Now, hopefully it doesn't stop out on our first try, but let me just make sure that, okay, so we do have our sell stop here. So the close would be a close back below the 2-minute fair value gap, if that makes sense. Yeah, Dev, don't give up, bro. It is a very lucrative strategy. You missed a huge day yesterday. We had a $1,000 day on, well, I showed you guys an eval account, but I was also on funded and cash accounts, and I called that out beforehand. But today we are only trading paper, and I did trade an eval account earlier today, but I was being a complete degenerate with it. So that account is no more. But I did not trade with any real accounts today because of the insane moves we've had. Also in the community, I called out Tesla a while back, and we were up like 30% on that position right now. It's going crazy. If you guys aren't following Tesla, it's going ballistic after their earnings. Also, Nvidia, I don't know if you guys follow Nvidia, but it is now the highest valued company in the stock market. I said that earlier, but for Raj and whoever else is joining, it is now the most valuable company in the world. Well, I think they say Saudi Aramco, which is not a publicly traded U.S. company, is the most valuable company, but I don't think it really is. But yeah, Nvidia is in theory the highest valued U.S. company / company in the stock market. So if you guys are asking me to rate this setup, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. And the only reason that is because we didn't technically trade into discount of this range, right? The real discount is right here, but it's still an A+ setup in my opinion at minimum up to this high. If we take out this internal high right here, guys, I will move my stop to break even. So this internal high is where my stop would be moved to break even, just in case the market reverses against us. But yeah. We ready. We ready. And this is lunchtime too, guys, so that's another reason it's not AAA+, but I still do think it is a decent setup. So do what you want with that information. Where are you from, buddy? I live in Los Angeles, California. Where are you from? So I have to wake up pretty early for these markets. Yesterday we were up at 5:30. Today I actually slept in today. My alarm did not go off, but we started trading at like 7 a.m. my time. I figured with the name Raj, you're from India. Yeah, bro, do not give up on futures trading. Once you get good at it, it is one of the best things you will ever have achieved in your life. The profits are endless if you do it right. And I've been studying ICT and futures for many years. The inverse fair value gap methods paired with liquidity and discounts of ranges is probably the best setup you can ever come across, in my opinion. But if you want to follow me, Raj, do you have an X account? If you have an X account, you should follow me there. I try and follow back people that watch my streams, X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I post there daily, and if you ever want to join a community, I think I have a free community on WAP, but we also have a Discord. You're welcome to learn, but again, you don't need that. I post every single day on X, and then I do live stream here occasionally, but once we develop a bigger following, I will move these streams to the Discord, but for now, we are still going to be streaming on YouTube, so. Yeah, follow me on X. And if you can, send me a DM, because sometimes it doesn't notify me when someone follows me, especially if you're not a premium member, like a paid member, but yeah. Okay, guys, so again, once this internal high hits, I will move my stop to break even. If we get stopped on the trade, it is what it is. This is the first trade of the day that I'm actually following sound principles with. I was trading on an eval account that was completely destroyed earlier, but now we are practicing with sound principles. So again, stop to break even at this high, and then half of our take profit will be at this internal high, and then we will leave one take profit at this buy side, and then the final take profit will be at the daily fair value gap high. Let me look at the one quick. Yeah, so we're waiting for this high to get swept, guys, remember. Did we just make equal highs here? Or did we take this out by a tick? So now we have equal highs here, guys, which gives me even more conviction of this working. Why did that not show up? Hold on. So right here we have equal highs. So I have even more conviction of at minimum us going back to this high and then up to this high. So once that happens, our stops will be moved to break even. I'm just going to move this up a little bit so that it's in my field of view. Again, guys, I don't know what's up with my paper account. Can I get rid of this Leaps account? Okay, I can't, so. I think these equal highs will hit next, and then we will go up to this internal buy side. Do, 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 do. Okay, a nice little liquidity sweep here. Some of these lows, so hopefully now we continue up to these equal highs. Did the dip buying. Did the dip buying on what? On NASDAQ. Okay, so that's a nice reversal there. We want to see these equal highs get taken out, and then this is where, again, I'd move my stops to break even. If you want to take a partial at these highs, you can, but again, the RR is not good enough. It's not even 10 points would be from my entry. 10 points would be right here, so you could take a partial there if you want. I personally am not going to. I'm going to wait until this high at minimum, and then we'll just let the rest run for the rest of the day. Okay, so once these equal highs get hit, guys, I am going to move my stop to break even here, just in case we do get a reversal. Hopefully we don't. I want this just to continue running here. And then once this buy side hits, in fact, let's do this, guys. We'll take off one here. We'll take off one at this high. So let me refresh this so that it all updates. Okay, so we have one here and then one at this high. Let me change the limit order there. I know this is annoying, guys. I'm sorry, but it doesn't update unless I switch accounts. So we just sold one of our contracts. And now we have another contract that will be taken off at this high. So we're up 700 on this right now. On a paper account, because we're not trading live today. But this is, I think, still a good setup, even if it wasn't a live account. And again, your stop should be at break even here, in my opinion. Again, I think the algorithms are coded, like I said. When a bearish PD array gets violated to the upside, it's kind of like a change in market structure, and everybody who's short has their stop above this internal high right here, which is why it's very likely that the market will spool price up to there. Now, it doesn't have to. Again, the algorithms are not perfect. I mean, they are perfect, but we're not perfect to know exactly what they're doing. but in my opinion, this high is very likely to be swept here because of all the people that have their stops above the high. And again, my bias on the day, I still want this internal high to get hit, and I want the daily fair value gap to get rebalanced entirely. If you don't know what that is, the daily, again, I put this note here earlier today, the daily fair value gap is this area right here, the wick of this candle to the wick of this one. All of this selling pressure here has not been, the orders have not been filled. So in my opinion, I think that the market needs to rebalance the high of it. If you draw a box out in time, that is the high right there. So that is my thesis behind this trade. And again, the next target is this internal high. And if we get lucky and the sell and the buy program lets us continue, then we will take our full profits at this high and then the high of the daily. What do you think about London session? Most of the times market is making huge rallies in this time, especially NASDAQ. Not always. New York session often makes most of the rallies. However, New York sometimes does. I think they're both good times to trade. However, it just depends on market structure, where liquidity is. But yeah, sometimes we do get liquidity sweeps in London that are really good. Like, hold on, let's just wait for this high to get swept and then we'll talk about it. And there we go. So we just sold out of our next position. Let me update this so you can see that it sold out. So there we go. And now we have 2 contracts left that we're going to let run all the way up to high of day and up to the daily fair value gap. So good trade. Definitely a great trade. But yeah, so for example, let me look at London session here. I don't know why my Asia session is not showing up. That's okay. Wow, we do have equal lows here, by the way. That's something to note. We'll draw those out in time later. But yeah, we had a huge London push. But just because we had a London move, look at the New York move. The New York move was absolutely insane. But I do want to note these equal lows because eventually the market will take these out. Yeah, we keep things organized here. And a lot of this is actually computers. So like these new week opening gaps are computer markings. These lines right here are midnight and 8:30 opening price. So those are computer markings. But this is all learned ICT concepts pretty much. Let's go back to the 1 and see how we're doing here. So we are getting a rejection off of this internal buy side, but I do expect continuation here. And again, guys, this is the bearish PD area that's holding down price right now, this 1 minute. So once we break above this, I think that all this LRLR here, or as a retail calls it, the trend line, I think all of it is going to get swept. Then I think the daily fair value gap is going to be balanced. So hopefully this intraday buy program will bring us up there. Yeah. So let me just check the hourly quick. Yeah, there's no new week opening gaps here. But yeah, Deb, there's a lot of stuff that can be learned here. Still waking up, man. Yeah, I've been yawning a lot the last few days. All this is taking a toll on me. Look at this Tesla move. My Tesla position, I have a cost basis of like, I don't know, 206, I think. And this move just like really took a lot out of me yesterday. Up 30%. It's crazy. Unreal. So guys, if you want to take another partial, I mean, you can definitely take one here if you really want to. I just think that this daily is going to get balanced, so I'm going to hold it. And I'll be right back, guys. But keep watching that. Study price, order blocks, things like that are forming here. So. Okay, guys. So how are you doing? Okay, nice push so far. This 1 minute fair value gap, if you guys don't know what a fair value gap is, if you're just joining, again, I showed you on the daily, but this is the same concept. Big selling pressure. There's wicks between the body of this candle, the low of this wick, and the high of this wick. If you draw it out in time, that's a fair value gap. It's holding down price. Here is the other one. This is the bearish PD array that is holding down the market right now. So we have big selling pressure, and there's no buying between this wick of this first candle and the wick of this candle. Technically, though, the fair value gap actually goes up to here, but I just draw it in full. Once we close above this fair value gap, it gives the market permission, or the algorithms, to start spooling price up to buy side. We have all this low resistance liquidity here, so all of this is going to get run, in my opinion. And yes, Devraj, I do think the push, if we close above this 1 minute, I think the push is going to be big. But we have to get the close above. Now, I think we will again. And we just have to see what happens. Well, I really am yawning a lot today, huh? Okay, so we're up $1,000, 500 per contract, about. And also, guys, the next macro time is at 13:10. If you guys want this indicator on your charts, I've talked about this before, but ICT macros by Cognito. And these are the macro times that I use. If you want to take a screenshot, you're welcome to. But these are typically the macros that run price in the markets. Okay, so we're getting a rejection here. If we get stopped out, it is what it is. We did book profits on 2 of the 4 contracts. Good rush. So if we get stopped out, guys, it'll be unfortunate, but if the market is really bullish here, we should inverse this bearish fair value gap that just formed. These order blocks should protect price, in theory, to move the market higher. So again, we booked partials at this internal high and this internal high because of the fact that this fair value gap is holding price down right now. We need to see a close above it and a close above this one to then continue up to this internal buy side and then the top of the daily. And in theory, these order blocks should be holding price up. So we don't want to see a trade below them. So if you really actually want to have a real stop here, the stop would be below these lows right here. But I am not wanting to take a loss, even though we have profits. I don't want to let this go red on the remaining position, so that's why we're holding it. And we have our stop at break even. So I hope you guys understand the market structure, that this 1 minute and this 1 minute candle are holding down price. They form a fair value gap. This is the ultimate fair value gap. Once we close above this, you can take a long, and should take out all this low resistance liquidity or this trend line, and then we should be able to take out the top of the daily as well. Yeah, I mean, Raj, for only being you said you've only been trading a year. If you've only been trading a year, your understanding seems pretty darn good, or you're a quick learner. It seems like. So we want to see this 1 minute get inversed. That will continue to support our bias of bullishness for the rest of the day. So support of, wow, why is this so? So support of the order blocks, and then a inverse of this bearish PD array to bring us higher. For futures 1 year, and other than that, I've been trading for about, oh, okay. Okay, so you definitely have an understanding of how markets move. If you're looking at screens for 4 years, you definitely have an understanding. But yeah, futures are the optimal trading instrument. How did you learn about futures, if you don't mind me asking? If you don't trade ICT, I feel like he's the only one that really pushes futures on people. But maybe I'm wrong. But also, if you guys didn't know, if you trade futures, the tax benefits are a lot better. Instead of paying all your profits as capital gains tax, you pay 40% at, 60% at, oh, we're getting a dump here. Wow, I can't believe we didn't get stopped out on that. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. You pay 60% at long-term capital gains and only 40% at short-term capital gains. So you get a better tax benefit for trading futures. I'm gonna let my dog out quick. Hold on, guys. Come on, Lou. Let's go. Go ahead, Lulu. I cannot believe we didn't get stopped out on that. Unbelievable. So this looks like the wick that stopped everybody out. How did we not get stopped? Bro, what? Wait, is it because it's not updating my account? Oh, we did get stopped. Damn it. We did get stopped out on this. That is unfortunate. So the market wick down here, I don't know what that was, but we got stopped out, guys. That's okay. Again, it's a stupid paper trading account that doesn't update. I'm not sure why, but that is unfortunate. I've been trading crypto and Forex. For crypto, I need to watch for the NAS, so from there, got my interest. Okay, got you. So yeah, guys, this looks like another good long. Damn, that is so unfortunate. But I think from here, the market continues up. Ugh, that is annoying. So again, keep in mind for your bias today, bearish PD array needs to be violated. That is where the real long setup will form. Yeah, but Raj, so I started trading, well, I started investing in like 2016. The first time was with an Acorns account. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but it takes your credit card payments. If you like, let's say you spend $1.60 on something, it'll round up your payment to the nearest dollar. So in this case, it'd be 40 cents, and it would invest it in some index. So like, I think I invested my money in Berkshire or some fund that tracks Berkshire. It was really stupid. That's how I started investing. Then I learned about a Roth IRA, started putting money into the S&P and QQQ. So I've been doing that since I was like 19, I would say. And then my primary income comes from real estate. So I work with investors. We flip properties. And I just started looking at individual stocks. Like, I know in like 2020, there was all that hype, you know, after COVID, we had the massive run-ups. I was already doing well because I was buying those dips in my Roth. But yeah, I just started learning about individual stocks and then said, hey, well, what if I put $100,000 into Google and in one day it's up 3%? That means I would make $3,000 in a day. So I started, I started buying some individual stocks like Google and Tesla and Apple and Amazon. Bought a lot of those in 2020. And then, yeah, I just started seeing day trading stuff on YouTube, went through a lot of failures, finally found ICT, and started trading futures. And yeah, it's been a long ride. Been profitable for about 2.5 years, maybe a little more, a little less, just depending, I don't know exactly, but it's been a very bumpy ride. And yeah, so now we have been profitable for almost 2.5 years, and my long positions are going crazy. I have my real estate income, so there's a lot of different things. I sell a lot of options as well. I don't know if you guys do that, but those are great ways to earn income. I sell a lot of options on Tesla and, you know, other things, S&P, Amazon, Palantir. Come on, Lou. Let's show them. Let's show the kids. Let's show everyone on the stream what you look like. Say hi, Lulu. Say hi, my little thing. Oh. Okay. But yeah. So that's kind of my story. So if you guys ever want to learn about selling options, if you want swing trades, I do a lot of swing trading. In fact, I make more money swing trading than I do from day trading by quite a bit. If you guys want any of those, you're welcome to join the community. There should be a link below, but on WAP, it's Castle Capital, or the Checkmate Trader, I think it is now. Just like my username. But yeah, that is my situation. So I definitely say if you guys are struggling with trading, one thing I would suggest, do not day trade 1 minute charts. It's definitely an easy way to go on tilt. You can lose a lot of money. I would say the best thing to do is to swing trade. So for example, right now I am in, first of all, I have Tesla in a long-term account, but I am in a swing trade on Tesla. And I think the next draw for Tesla is this 315 level. So one of ICT's favorite sayings is that smooth lines like to be made jagged. If you look at this, like even on the daily, I mean, first of all, we have all this low resistance liquidity, but this looks like a plate to me. Like if you were to draw a line here, you could stack some food on this. Sorry, I have to delete the drawings for you guys to see this easier, but this is where I think the market is driven to, and I think we're going to go much higher after that, but at minimum to 315. So that's a swing trade I'm in. I'm also in C3AI. So this is something that I called in the Discord. We're doing pretty well on this right now, and my target is going to be 31 on this. We have this inverse head and shoulders, but also if you look at my drawings on this, we inversed this weekly fair value gap, and now we're using it as support to potentially drive higher up to this internal buy side. So there's a lot of different swing trades that I do. Those, again, are where I get most of my profits from. So yeah, if I were you guys, I would look for swing trades, like longer term things that will stop you from going on tilt, and you'll probably make a lot more money than you are from day trading. But again, if you are good at swing trading and you're profitable and you have good long-term positions and you're making income, then I think day trading is good. If you are inexperienced, I would suggest going for a prop firm first. So the ones that I use are Apex Trader Funding. I always get mixed up on the name. And then My Funded Futures. I just got funded yesterday on one of my accounts. Not that I just got funded, but I turned a eval account into a funded account yesterday. And for the last 2.5, 3 weeks, I have transparently shown you guys that eval account, driving it from 49,000 something to 53,000. I actually will pull it up so you guys can see it if you don't believe me, but I'm going to log into the eval account to show you that I was funded today on it. Give me 1 second while I log in. And then once you're funded, obviously you pay a fee to become funded, and then you can start earning real capital. And that way, so it only costs about $30 to open an eval account. With My Funded Futures right now, there's a deal where you pay $48 and you can get a fully funded account once you pass the test. But for Apex, which is what this one is funded on, you pay $30 for the eval a month, and then once you get funded, you just pay a $100 fee, and then for basically $130, you can now trade with somebody else's money with no risk, very little risk to you, versus trading with a real cash account and potentially going on tilt and losing a bunch of money. But this is the eval account, guys. We took it from 50,000. I think the drawdown initially, I had it at 49,700, and we have brought it to 53,039. So I got the email today, or last night, I think, that this was funded. I will show you that email as well in case you think that I am doing something shady, which I don't know how you would really do that, but this is it. The same account, as you can see here, Apex 818846704, 46704. Pleased to inform you that you've successfully passed the evaluation account, and then it gives you the link to go and activate it. So definitely, if you struggle with day trading and you struggle with your emotions, I think that getting an eval account or a funded account is a great way to not risk a bunch of your own money. So if you guys want to learn more about that, follow me on X, right? X.com. You guys know what it is, Elon stuff. And you can send me a DM there if you have any questions. I'm happy to help you guys. Or if you want to join the Discord, there's a link in the bio. You can obviously communicate with me there, follow swing trades, things like that. But guys, if you're looking for a trade today, again, I don't think there's much else that's really optimal, but this was a really good trade here. The 2-minute that I called out, unfortunately, we did get stopped out on the remaining position, but we took profits at these two internal highs. And then I think my final profit target would have been this internal buy side, and the top of the daily. Bump, 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 bump. Devraj, yeah, I've been on tilt more than 50 times this year, I think. Sometimes futures just drive me crazy, especially for events. Yeah, I've tried evals. Evals are the best, especially when you're not profitable yet. Prove to yourself that you can trade with an eval account. And once you can do that, first of all, you don't even need to have a cash account because you can get funded and you can get paid through that. But if you're getting payouts consistently through an eval, hold on. The best setups, man. I got an X account. There are like 4 checkmate trading users. Well, first of all, look for my logo. Okay, I showed you guys this earlier. This is the account and it's verified. So look for the blue check mark and it's checkmate trading, trademark. I think there's some fake accounts that are impersonating me, but I'm not even that big yet. I only have 1,500 followers. Also, if you want to join the Discord, there is a link there as well. But again, you don't have to do that. That is just icing on the cake. But yeah, Raj, events can be gnarly. Like, actually, that's when I make most of my money is news events, like Red Folder News. I've talked about the 8:30 data candle setup that I do. So that's my bread and butter setup. It happened yesterday, and we made some pretty good money on it. Devraj, what's your username? I'll follow you back. We ready? Let's look at Bitcoin today real quick. Wait, first of all, I gotta get rid of this volume profile tool because it's really messing me up. Yeah, this C3I, if you guys are looking for a swing trade, I think this is pretty good. We inversed a weekly fair value gap. Also, a monthly is close to getting inversed right now. And we are bouncing from a bullish fair value gap that formed. If we can create an order block here on the weekly, I think this is going to push up to 28.05 and then up to 33.11. Anonymous. Oh, by the way, guys, unfortunately, if you aren't a premium member on X, I can't subscribe to you and I can't follow you. And the reason is because the algorithm messes up. Anonymous 002. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't follow you, bro. If you guys aren't premium members and I follow you, it messes up the algorithm and my posts don't get to other people. I don't know why Elon Musk does that. And in fact, I don't even know if he even knows that's a thing, but the algorithm, from what I understand, it doesn't promote your posts if you're following non-premium members. But I will keep an eye out for your comments and stuff. So guys, if we get an inverse above this and then an inverse above here, we will look for a target up to these highs and then this daily fair value gap high. And look, we're forming even more kind of like trend line. Look at this trend line here. So if we draw it out right from here down, we retested it right there, literally to the tick, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, so now we should hopefully push up. If you're looking at retail logic, that would be it. But if you're looking at ICT and real fair value gaps, then this is the real hold up in the market right now. So if this 1 minute inverse is right here, that's another good long you can try. Again, I would wait personally for this to inverse, but this is not a bad lower risk setup that you could try up to, at minimum, these internal highs, and then hopefully a continuation. So guys, look at this LRLR that's forming, low resistance liquidity. Again, we did inverse this one and we didn't go higher, which is not ideal, right? We'd want to see this 1 minute fair value gap hold price up. We don't want to see it close above and then close below. But again, we are forming this trend line again, and it looks like this is ready to push higher. But we'd want to see this 1 minute inverse, and then we'd want to see this internal high get taken out, inverse this one, and then push higher, which I do still think will happen here. I've passed many evals, but after passing, when I get the funded account, even after being up, I just end up blowing it. So here's a solution I have to you, Raj. Well, first of all, I'd be curious to see. Fortunately, Daytrading have my back. Are you a Bitcoin holder, Raj? I'll talk to you about the solution I have for you in a second. But personally, I used to hold ETH, Solana, and Bitcoin, and I decided that I was going to sell all of it to go into Bitcoin. And now I'm only a holder of Bitcoin. I don't trade it, I only hodl. I do have memes plus major holdings. Good. Okay, so what I would suggest for you, Raj, first of all, I'd be curious to see what your analysis looks like for the eval accounts that you win. Do I see a consistent uptrend, or do I see a lot of, hold on, let me do it this way. Do I see a consistent uptrend, or do I see all these swings back and forth? If you don't have consistency kind of like this on your eval accounts, and you're like passing an account off of one trade, then I don't think that that is justified to say that I am a profitable trader. But if you do believe that you're taking a lot of trades, if I see you're taking a lot of trades and you have slow profitability over time, like I took my eval account, it took 3 weeks to pass it. 2.5, I think. And it was, if you look at the results of it, it's a slow and steady incline up. So if you don't have that, I don't think that that's enough justification to say that you'll be profitable. If you're just taking 1 or 2 trades and sizing them fully. But so that's one thing. But if you do have some decent profitability, but you struggle with tilt, I would honestly set a daily limit. So what you can do, yeah, just one trade messes things up. If you have one trade that's messing things up, then you're oversizing. But I don't know if you guys knew this, on Tradevate, if you sign up through Tradevate, you can set a daily loss limit where it will lock you out of your account afterwards. And obviously you can sign back into your Tradevate and then change the daily limit, so that's not really going to help you. What you should do is give the password to your funded account. If you struggle with tilt, just do it. If you give your password to somebody you trust, like a parent or a family member, and you don't have the password, so you have a daily loss limit of, let's just say, $350 on a 50K account. You have that loss limit, and once it hits, you have to stop trading for the day on that account. If you do that, it's going to be very difficult for you to actually lose that funded account. And that's what I have done in the past when I used to go on tilt. I don't do that anymore. But for some people that do still struggle with tilt, you can do that. Yeah, so I'll actually show you guys. Actually, I don't know what information is going to be revealed there, so I'm not going to do it. But if you go on Tradevate, in fact, let's go on YouTube. I'll show you guys right now, because I don't want to reveal my accounts in case there's like some personal information there that I'm not even sure of. Again, I can't really go back when there's a live stream, but if we go onto YouTube, Tradovate, max loss. Let's see if I can find it. If you go, so right here in the settings tab, you click into there, and then you go into your account, you go into risk settings, and then daily loss limit. If you click that, like this guy has, you can set a daily loss limit. And then once you hit that loss limit, it will sign you out of the account. And then obviously the issue with this is that you, if you're on tilt and you're emotional, you can just sign back into your Tradovate and then change the max loss to maybe $1,000. And then now you're going to go on tilt. But if you take that funded account and you give the password to somebody you love and you don't know the password, then now you have this ability to you're basically like completely out of control. You can't log into that account. And your partner or whoever you're giving the username and password to knows not to ever give it to you, even if you're on tilt. So. Oh, whoops. Okay, guys, so we're getting rejections from this 1 minute. Yeah, for sure, Raj. That has, in the past, has saved accounts for a lot of people, including myself. Back when I used to go on tilt. However, I have far surpassed that time. I only take between 1 and 2 trades a day at maximum on a real account. I tried, if you guys look back at the tape on this eval that I had earlier today, I explained that it's not a real trading day and this was an eval that I was willing to blow just for fun. But I was trying to long up to the daily gap and I did get that account blown. But again, I was specific before it happened that I was not trading with an account that I cared about. It was a fun Friday and we were just trying to blow an eval for fun to see what we could do. Again, I was expecting the daily fair value gap to get hit, but it never did. But again, on a real account, guys, if you don't have discipline and if you're taking more than 1 or 2 trades, I think you are doing it wrong. 1 or 2 trades with a proven actionable setup like this 2 minute that we took, this was an A+. I would say not an A+. I'd give it an A setup because we didn't purely hit discount and it was lunchtime. But this was an A+, 2 minute IFEG up to internal highs. I take like 5 trades with 2 minis usually. Yeah, I mean, whatever works for you. If you're profitable and it works, great. But for me, from my experience, if I take more than 2 trades in a day, typically when I did, again, I don't take more than 2 trades in a day anymore on a real account. But when I did, typically those were the days where my accounts were blown. And especially, I think a big common theme for a lot of people, you can be disciplined for a week, maybe a little bit more. You're profitable for that week, and then you take a trade, the first trade is a loss. Let's say on some specific day. You take a second trade, and that trade is a loss. 99% of traders, after 2 losses, that is when the tilt begins. All the logic goes out the window, and every other trade after that is purely emotional. There's no reasoning behind the trades. So if you are a tilt trader, set a rule for yourself. You should have those daily loss limits on your evals and your fundeds. Not on your evals. Evals I could care less about. But on your funded accounts, set that daily loss limit. And also, once you take 2 trades, if it's 2 losses in a row, be done for the day. That will eliminate most of the tilt because after those 2 losses, that's when most people go on tilt. And this is from years and years and years of trading, trial, error, success, failure. That is what I would say. And also, guys, I don't know if you see this little hidden 5-minute fair value gap here, but we could potentially be coming down just to balance this and then we go higher. But I have a feeling that at some point, so we're about to approach the macro time too, the 1310. So this could be a good area to look for longs. But again, we would want to only take a long here if we get a close above this 1 minute fair value gap. You could try a lower risk long here, but the optimal long would be a close above this 1 minute to take out all of this LRLR and then this daily fair value gap. We ready. Okay, so we did get a bullish reaction so far from this 1 minute BPR, right? We didn't quite balance the 5 minute, but that's totally fine. Raj, I think my mindset and strategy is right. Like previously when I was down from 104K to 102K with just $200 in drawdown, I thought it just, I bought it back up to 105 just trading micros, but once again, one trade just messed up. So again, Raj, if you are taking if one trade is messing up an account, I don't know if you're saying messed up from an emotional standpoint or messed up from a profitability standpoint, but if one trade is messing up your whole account drawdown, that's not okay. That is a sign of poor risk management. You should not be risking, for example, for me, on a 50K account, the drawdown is $2,500. I would never risk more than 5% of that on one single trade. So on a 50K account, risking $125 to make 420, whatever, 125 to make 475 is the trades that I take. I'm sorry, 125 to make 375. So 1 to 3, 3 to 1 are our trades. I don't like to risk more than $125 per trade on a 50K account. If you have a 100K account, what's the drawdown? I don't even know. I only trade 50Ks. Isn't it like what, $2,700? I don't know what it is for a 100K account. Guys, if we don't see movement in this 1310 macro, I think I'm going to sign out. It was ETF's fast track 100K account with 3K in drawdown. Yeah, so don't risk more than 5% on one trade. So 150K risk is the max that I would do on a 3K drawdown account. So $450 reward for $150 risk is the max that I would do. So people don't realize that. They're like, oh yeah, I have a 100K account, so I can bet a lot of money. No, you can't. If you do that, you will get destroyed. for 2 minis. No, 2 minis is definitely not 150K risk. Two micros. 2 minis will be a lot more than $150 in risk for most trades. Okay, so right on time, guys, at the macro, we're starting to see some bullish reactions out of this 3 minute. So like, look at this, guys. Even now, if I trade one mini here with a stop at this low, that's already $335. Now, again, this is a paper trading account with, it's a $1.2 million cash account. So the risk here is obviously higher, but just one mini is $375. So your risk here would have to be like 150, which is tiny. So I would trade micros. Yeah. Now, if for evals, for example, personally, I trade like 10% risk because I don't care as much about eval accounts as I do with a funded account. But with a funded account, I don't trade more than 5% risk per trade. Floral money. How much money do you made in trading? What kind of a question is that, guys? You want me to tell you exactly how much money I've made in trading? I won't tell you how much money I've made in trading, but I will tell you that most of my money is made from swing trading, from my long-term positions, from option selling, from real estate. Day trading is just icing on the cake. It comes, of all the investment profits that I make, day trading is probably 20% of it. What I will tell you with my long-term accounts, my Tesla position was up over $30,000 yesterday. So I trade with a good amount of money in my cash and my funded accounts. But again, that $30,000 gain was from a long-term investment. But yeah, most of my money is not made from day trading. I will be transparent with you guys. I have lots of other forms of income. And I'm telling you right now, most people, there are very few people that make most of their money with day trading. It's very tough to rely on day trading as your form of income. Now, it's not impossible. I don't think that it's optimal. I think there are a lot better ways to make money with swing trading and option selling and other forms of income that you get on a daily basis. For example, for me, that's real estate. It's not daily, it's monthly and annualized income, but regardless, there are plenty of other ways to make money without having day trading as your sole form of income. And when you say day trading when you say trading floral money, do you mean day trading? Do you mean trading, swing trading? Do you mean both? Do you mean in combination with long-term investing? Do you mean in combination with my options trading, option selling trading? There's so many different avenues to make money with investing. So that's a very vague question. And guys, we are now in the 1310 macro. So hopefully we get a trade into this 5 minute and then a huge push. Let's see what happens here. In fact, guys, I'm going to take a risk here. Super, super small risk. We're going to buy right here. Hold on. We'll buy in here with a $55 stop. It's probably going to get stopped out, and look at that. So I have to reset the account here so you can see it. Look at that complete dump. So this 5 minute was the thing holding up price, sorry. Complete rejection. So maybe we go down to the discount of the range. And then if we get this 1 minute to inverse, let's say we get a big down close candle here to discount, that would not be a bad trade in my opinion. for even a real account, honestly. We're in a macro too, so it makes a little bit of sense. A little bit more sense than trying to take a little 5-minute scalp there. As a beginner, how to invest wisely in real estate. How to invest wisely? Well, I will tell you how I started investing in real estate. So obviously I'm 20, I just turned 28. When I graduated from college, I had an accounting degree. I despised accounting. I think it is one of the worst things in the world. Sorry if you're an accountant and you enjoy it. I just despised it. So I had to find other ways to make money. I wanted to invest in real estate, but I didn't have money. So I started something called real estate wholesaling. And what is that? It's basically you're a marketing company and you try to find discounted homes. So I would go around my neighborhoods in Los Angeles. I drove basically, this is how hard I work, so you guys have to understand. I literally drove 90% of the streets in LA County. And if you know LA County, it is massive. I spent over a year driving the entire city, spent all of my gas money, all of my time, waking up at 5, 6 a.m., sometimes even earlier to get down to the other sides of town. I would spend all day driving, and I would find all the properties. I have an app called Deal Machine, and it would allow me to drive the property, drive the neighborhoods, and it would track every street that I've gone on. So I know which streets in LA County I'd driven and which I didn't, and I could tag every single property that needed work. So if I found a property that was very run down, needed a lot of work, overgrown trees, broken windows, things like that, I would tag the property, and then I would skip trace it. I'd find all the addresses and phone numbers, and I would cold call. So I would drive for hours and then cold call for hours until I found a property that somebody was willing to sell that needed work. I found an investor that was willing to buy them, and we'd split the profits, and that was how I started making a lot of money, doing deals with them. Started from $5,000 and $10,000 profits on certain flips, and then I ended up making $50,000 profits, $60,000 profits, and that's how I started getting a lot of the income that I used to invest in real estate and also to invest in the stock market. So that is like my story of how I started making money from out of college. I never had a accounting job. I had one accounting job while I was in school, and I decided never again. Guys, we just touched the 50% level of the range. So thank you, Raj. I appreciate it, bro. It took a lot of work. Even my parents, I worked for over a year doing that. I didn't make $1, and they were like, they didn't really have faith. I wouldn't say they put me down, but there was not a lot of support, unfortunately. But after I started making money, obviously that changed, because your parents want the best for you, and sometimes when you don't follow a traditional route, they don't really like that, and it's uncomfortable and out of the norm. So obviously you're going to get some pushback. But once I started making money, that changed, and yeah, so now here I am today at 28 with a good chunk of change, investing in the markets, and also now that business is pretty much on autopilot. I do still do a lot of work with it, but we do have cold callers that do a lot of the work. And yeah, slowly I do want to stop with real estate. It is a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. I want to stop wholesaling, which is basically the marketing company that I run to find deals. I would rather find a wholesaler that does the work for me and me invest my money in them through the flips that they acquire for me. And then I do the flipping and I make the money that way. But yeah, since I've been starting to make a lot more money with day trading and investing and option selling, it's less and less necessary to run the wholesaling business. It takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and even though when somebody says that a business is on autopilot, that doesn't mean that they can just let it run and not have to do anything. There's meetings that we have to get to. We have to train cold callers, train acquisitions managers. It's a whole mix of things, and it's not pretty. So eventually, I'm trying to get rid of as much stress as I can in my life, And I would definitely say that real estate adds a lot of stress. So I hope that's kind of a rant, but I hope that makes sense, Floral Money. So guys, if we start getting a bullish reaction out of this 50% level and we inverse this 1 minute, let's check at the 2 quick and see. The 2 minute looks really nice too. If we inverse this, I would ideally wait for the 1, honestly, but yeah, not a cakewalk. I would definitely wait for the 1 minute as well, but this looks like a good area for potential longs to reverse up. They're definitely making today a hard day. That's for sure. And then there's also a 3 minute here, guys, that you can potentially long to. I'll be back. So guys, I'm just going to go and have a snack quick, but watch this fair value gap. If we inverse this, this could be a good structure shift back up to the upside. C3AI is doing okay. Let me look at the rest of the Mag 7 today. Tesla is, oh my God, it's all the way up at 270. I still can't believe that, guys. What's doing poorly today? Mara and Riot. Guys, this is another thing I want to tell you guys about. If you invest in crypto, Raj, you'll like this. There would be time where AI will tell us which market to choose. Floral Money, I don't care about AI telling me which market to choose. That's not an issue. Finding a market, there's markets everywhere that are optimal. I did a lot of wholesaling in Los Angeles and also in Florida, and some in Ohio, some in Texas. The market is not the issue. The problem is that I see is now AI is getting so good that cold callers might not even be a thing in the future. Like, an AI can call you and it can portray itself as a human. We've tested this before because there are some AI programs in prototype right now where the AI will call somebody, kind of like a ChatGPT, and have a full-blown conversation about the property that we're talking about through the cold call, and the human on the other end of the line doesn't know that it's AI. That's how scary things are getting. And there are companies like Zillow, BlackRock, these big firms that not even the voice is similar, but the ability for them to respond and communicate is insane. So the ability for AI to take over and these large companies to now have these highly intelligent AI agents, cold callers working for them, will put a lot of wholesalers out of business. So I think that the trend for wholesaling is also dying, which is why I'm trying to slowly shift out of the business. I've made a lot of money through it, and I'm not trying to drive that business to the ground. I think AI has a lot of potential to disrupt a lot of industries in the next 10 years. So, yeah. Basically, the people with the most data and the most money are going to win, and small-time wholesalers are not going to beat massive players. So I have 2 options with my wholesaling company. It's either to make it massive, which I'm not interested in doing, or let other people take over and invest in the companies that are doing it the best. So, in my opinion, in the game right now, I mean, I don't care about real estate. I'm talking about just other companies in every industry. The companies that are going to have the most data and the most money are going to win, and the best CEOs. And in my opinion, that's Tesla, Nvidia, and a few other companies. But going back, I went on a tangent there. Raj, for crypto, this is a play that I called in the Discord. It's a very high risk swing trade. It's my lowest position. It's about 0.5% of my portfolio size. That's all I'm risking. I think that Riot is going to hit 2065 and probably 23. We took out all of this sell side liquidity. We're about to inverse a weekly fair value gap here. I think this is going to draw price all the way up here. And if Bitcoin has its run, it's going to go crazy in my opinion. So if you guys are looking for a super high risk trade, I think Riot as a swing trade up to this internal high eventually will hit. But I would definitely take partials at this internal high and this internal high along the way. and maybe a little bit at this 13.12, but probably not. So if you guys want a high risk crypto play, Riot is a Bitcoin mining company and super high risk. Again, I'm only risking 0.5% of my portfolio. You guys understand what 0.5% means? So if you have a, for example, if you have a $100,000 account, whoa, hold on guys. I'm just looking at NQ. Oh, on the 1 minute, this looks crazy. So I'm gonna buy one share right here. One contract. This is a BPR. It's a very high probability setup. Oh, did I not get filled on my order? Oh, it should fill now. Okay, so we're in this trade. So your stop would be a close back down. Again, this is a very good setup, but it doesn't always have to work. Your stop to break even should be at this internal high if you're taking this. So we're inversing the 1. To me, that looks like we're probably going to come back and balance at minimum this little 3 minute. Again, I could be totally wrong here, but this is typically a BPR that works. Not always. If we close back below this 1 minute, the trade is technically not good, but I do like the odds here. So again, guys, if this 1 minute inverses back down, that's not a great sign, but this is a trade that I would be willing to take. Again, this is all paper today, but in theory, this should act as support to drive us higher. At minimum to, I don't know, the 50% of the leg, so back up to here maybe. Yeah, it's low risk, but yeah, just know that if this 1 minute inverses, you should probably cut the trade. And the 1 minute closes in 5 seconds, so yeah, guys, this is probably not going to work, but let's see here. We need to make sure that the 1 minute holds. So it did hold, but yeah, I'm fully willing to accept the risk on this trade. Are these equal highs up here too, guys? No, they're not. None of these are equal highs. What was I looking at before I pulled this up? Does anyone remember? I was looking at Riot, right? But was there something else I was looking at? No. Okay, so I guess we can go back to NQ. Yeah. So I'm pretty much done talking about Riot, but I think that's a very high risk, high reward Bitcoin sympathy play. If Bitcoin runs, I think Riot will go crazy. Which tax laws in the US should I learn? Oh, looks like he deleted the comment. Wait, what the heck? Which tax laws in the US should I learn to buy houses or units? This is a trading channel, guys, but I'm not an accountant. Which tax laws should you learn to buy houses? I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you're looking to buy properties and then sell them, and then buy bigger properties, you should learn about the 1031 exchange. Hold on, guys. I'm going to draw out this 1 minute fair value gap so you guys can see. If this closes below be warned that this trade will probably not follow through. But the 1031 exchange, floral money, is basically if you sell a property, you have, it's between, I think it's 45 days to find another property of equal or greater value. And if you do that, you can do a 1031 exchange and avoid the capital gains tax on the original home that you sold. So let's say you buy a house in this year for $100,000 and you sell it in 10 years for $200,000. You have $100,000 capital gains. It's an investment property, so you have to pay capital gains on it. If you do a 1031 exchange, you can sell the home and buy another home of equal or greater value and avoid the capital gains tax. Okay, guys, so it looks like this is going to be a loss. If we get a 1 minute close below the fair value gap, I will cut the trade, which is right now. And I'm out. So it's not letting me get out because it's a paper trade and it's not loading, but it did get out there. What? I'm in a short now. What the heck? I need to get out of this. What is going on? Stupid paper trading account. Okay, guys, so that was a failed BPR. Doesn't normally fail, but yeah. We ready. Yeah, guys, so definitely not what I expected today. I wanted to see the top of this daily fair value gap get rebalanced, and it did not. Maybe we get some crazy bullish move in the afternoon session, but that is really unfortunate. So it is what it is. But yeah, guys, we had almost $1,000 win on this, and that was like a $370 loss. I know it didn't look like it, but I stopped the trade out before this wick down. It's just the paper trade didn't recognize it because every time I have to change the leap back. It's weird. I don't know what's going on with trade with the paper trading simulation here on TradingView, but. Woo. Okay, guys, I think I'm about ready to get off because nothing is really happening here. I've been sitting at the computer since 6:30. Let's wait until the 1340 macro ends. But it looks like... Okay, also I want to label these as equal lows here. Keep a note of these equal lows, guys, that formed in London session. These eventually will get hit on NQ. I don't know if we're going to get the daily fair value gap top tap first and then a rejection. That would be ideal, though. So like if on Monday, if we get a big push up to the top of this daily, I would probably look for shorts and maybe even take a swing down to the lows, but we'll have to see what we get. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything monumental is going to happen for the rest of the day. We got a huge distribution leg, right? If you guys look at the hourly chart, look at the distribution leg that we had over the last few days. From Wednesday to Friday, it's a massive distribution. So either this is consolidation to continue higher, or it's consolidation to then drop maybe to equal lows. We'll have to see. But yeah, don't expect any big moves today because of the massive range that we've had the last few days. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna sign out here. It's been a while. Been trading for like 4 hours. So yeah, guys, don't be afraid to follow. Don't be afraid to ask any questions on X if you guys have any. You can join the community, like I said before, if you'd like. You don't need to. But yeah, the best way to reach out to me is on X. I respond there and I post every single day. But have a great weekend, guys. And on Sunday on X, I will post when we start the. I'll post the economic calendar and what days I'm going to be trading with a live account. So if you guys are looking to see a proper live stream where I use A+ risk management and A+ trading, then I would suggest following me, following the streams on those days, because that's when I do trades with a cash and funded account. And yeah, we'll go over the economic calendar, see what other good days there are to trade, and yeah, we'll go from there. So